Everybody, this is day 1274, and let me go on Facebook and make sure that everything is working properly and everybody can hear me. So, we have so much news. Not all of it I'm at liberty to tell you because it would just, we're just getting to that point where we have to take some action before we can reveal everything going on. So, and there's so much going on. Okay, so it looks like I'm live. Let me make sure. And I know that's a little confusing, but I hope you read between the lines. I see everybody. Thank you so much. Okay, so today, really big news. I think that something happened today that broke this case open. And of course, today was the Patrick Crusius reindictment hearing that was absolutely wild, and it showed that our justice system is, has an internal war going on. Yeah, it's a mess. It is really a mess. Of course, Richard's case is interwoven with the Patrick Crusius case. That's why we're so interested in the Patrick Crusius case, which is the August 3rd, which is Dallas Hart's birthday, 2019 mass shooting case that happened in El Paso at the Cielo Vista Walmart and Mall area. And it did happen in that whole area. When you go back and you review all of this information, because that event is very important, especially to El Pasoans that feared for their life and also expect their local government and justice system to do what they're paid to do, which is to identify the crime, identify the criminals, document the crime and the criminals, and prosecute the criminals so that the people of El Paso will stay. It used to be one of the safest cities in the United States to live, and but it's just a mess right now. And watching the Patrick Crusius case, I think that the community, the people of the United States, the people of El Paso need to watch that case very carefully. And of course, since Richard's case is interwoven with that, we have put together a timeline. I don't know if Team Find Richard Halliday remembers that we put an infographic together of Richard's case. And I think that is something that needs to be done with the Patrick Crusius case. Because when you put together a timeline and an infographic with questions, what should happen normally in a case like this, and this is a huge case, a mass shooting. 23 individuals lost their life, right? And then you had so many that were injured. And I don't know if Bill Hicks put together an infographic because it seems so messy. After 4 years, everything should be on a graph, a timeline graph. And they're still trying to collect evidence. And they can use that excuse forever. It's kind of like Richard's case. Every day is breaking news, every day is new evidence. But for months, I've been saying we have enough. We have enough. We don't need to have all of it to know what happened, right? We don't have to have all the pieces of the puzzle to understand the picture of the puzzle. And, you just have to have enough, and we have enough. So, but every day is breaking news. And how do you, with enough evidence, because we've had enough for a long time, get the attention of District Attorney Bill Hicks, who's supposed to identify crime and criminals, document it, and prosecute it? How do you get his attention? Because he is a political machine, right? He right now, Loretta Hewitt called him out as, just being concerned about his reelection. And, that's what it seems like, because why hasn't he communicated with us, right? Why hasn't he answered our many letters and attempts to communicate with him? And today, that office was answering our open records requests, which is very good news. But where is Bill Hicks in all of this to, reach out to us and, um, get our story uh, uh, from us, in a discussion with us? I just, that is so confusing. Um, and it's not confusing when you know that Richard's case is intertwined with this Patrick Crucius case that connects people in that case with Richard's case through 3905 Bliss Avenue and exposes a criminal syndicate, a criminal organized crime team that are up to no good, right? And why doesn't he want to? If his job is to identify crime, then why wouldn't he want to be interested? And it's very clear that he's not interested in identifying the crime and the criminals, right? Because when you look at the Patrick Crucius case, when you look at the timeline, give it a half a day and go and listen to the videos. And of course, I put up the article, Inconvenient. Let me see, I have it right here. I've been reading through it because it's probably the best article of the bunch. Inconvenient Questions, What Really Happened in El Paso by David Harrell. Absolutely a great article on Medium. And he puts forth a timeline that can be corroborated with other media outlets. And it really, you just have so many questions because nothing makes sense. If Patrick Crucius is going to come out shooting at 10:49 and then turns himself in at 11:11, and then at 1:43 the police say, oh, we've determined it's one shooter, a lone wolf shooter, when numerous witnesses are reporting more than one shooter, and in the mall area, right? As well as the parking lot and inside of Walmart. Why would police be that careless to say, put forth the narrative already that it's one shooter? That's just careless. So what is that telling us? In Richard's case, they're very careless. And of course, in this 700-page um, review of Richard, or case, the records of Richard's case, they're very careless. Uh, Over and over again, they leave things out. They don't correct things. Um, they miss redacting a few things. It's careless work, and the whole August 3rd is more of that careless work. And what that is saying to us is that there are um, an element of inside operatives that are uh, that are part of this, are part of the crimes in Richard's case, and also in the Walmart mass shooting, August 3rd, 2019 case. And so that really needs some investigation. I don't know what Bill Hicks is going to do, because how does he explain that Patrick Crusius, who federally has been charged with the crimes of 23 murders and is sentenced to the maximum secure prison, the most hardened criminals in this prison, in any prison in the United States, to 90 consecutive life sentences, which is like, what, 8,000 years, which he's not going to live through, right? That's safe to say. He's not going to live through that. And also that the federal judge, recommends treatment and counseling for severe mental health uh, condition in Patrick Crusius. I don't know how he is going to run a state case when the timeline doesn't add up, and the fact that in 32 minutes, Patrick Crusius goes from having his weapon and all of his bullets, because so many bullets, right? So many bullets he had to have to shoot out. And the witness statements are, that he corners people and just shoots them dead, shoots someone's head, and all this. Um, Soda bottles or cans being thrown at him, all of this stuff going on. And he makes it out um, in clean clothes. He's totally clean. He does that with his earmuffs on, and there's not a speck of blood on him, right? I mean, not in the picture when he at 11:11, a block away, or that he drives, and then I think he went and got something, a donut or something like that. I don't know. Um, I might be wrong on that one, but I think he buys something, and then he gets out, and then he goes to the cops, and he goes, "Hey, I'm the shooter. I'm the shooter. Here I am." Uh, that none of that makes sense. None of that. And I'm just wondering how shocked the police were. Uh, they were probably very shocked. Did they even read him his Miranda rights? Because can you imagine how shocked the police would be um, when Patrick Crusius walks up and says, "I'm the one that killed 20 people, made a bloodbath over there at Walmart, but what, 1,000 bullets or something? I don't know. How many bullets does it take?" Um, and how many bullets did his weapon have? I don't know. The forensics would have to, that would all have to be revealed. Maybe it was in the federal case. But anyway, he was found guilty, and then he just turns himself in And then we're supposed to believe that he thought that he was going to die through it, but that he had to protect his hearing, you know. um, it's just things just don't make sense. And why am I saying that? Because they don't make sense in Richard's case either. And more information is coming out. Thank God that it's all coming out. It but at the beginning of all of this, it didn't make sense. And so I had a friend that said, you know, it's just amazing that you have done this for this long, right? It's amazing. And I'm like, well, it's because every day is like new information. And God has just given us every day like new information. And with that new information, it just drives us forward every day with this new information. And so that has been, I'm getting some messages. I hope everyone can hear me. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. Um, so, every day is new information, and, so we have to look into it, and we move forward, and we write letters, and we inquire, and we've, we've trusted our agencies, our institutions to do the right thing, to do their duty. And of course, things are a mess, but you keep going. You keep going with more and more until they have no choice but to help you, but to answer your questions. And and now, I think today I will say this today. I think that this case has been just uh, broken open. It, it it was broken open, and so we have a lot of questions to answer. And as soon as we do some paperwork, we will address it. So just say a lot of prayers because and thank you so much for your support and for believing in Richard, because I don't think you're going to be disappointed at all. He's a hero. He is a real hero. It's it's really amazing. So the FBI Nieto case, and if you haven't been on for a while, we have confirmation that FBI, a supervisor, right, Nieto, is compromised in this case, absolutely compromised. And there is a lot of evidence of that, a lot of evidence that he has conflicts of interest. And, so he's, the dirty FBI supervising agent that made this possible to keep this going for 3 years, over 3 years, this cover up, this absolute cover up. And he has conflicts of interest with Angela Kachurga. He has conflicts of interest with Leilani Hart. He was supposed to arrest her, right? And that didn't happen. But yeah, some things are happening behind the scenes uh, because of this information that we're turning in. So, and of course, he had a conflict of interest with Nadal Baim, the FBI man from Dollar General that exposed that Richard's remains were found in Mexico. So this makes this an international case. It makes this case is intertwined with Bliss Avenue uh, individuals that are involved in the Walmart mass shooting. And that is why everything is intertwined. That's why it's been such a big cover up, because it is a job ending kind of case. It is a job ending, a career ending kind of case, right? And if we, really get some justice in, because they made it worse. Not only is it career ending, but I think the death penalty needs to be on the table. This has absolutely been um, um, a capital crime, what they've done in Richard's case, and like what happened in the August 3rd, 2019 mass shooting. We received hundreds of pages today from the DA's office, DA Bill Hicks, without getting any kind of communication from him, which is odd. And so we have to go through that paper along with the 700 pages that we have been making our way through. And that has been very, very revealing, very revealing. So just, thank you so much for hanging in there with us, for us to get through all of this paperwork that now is being flooded in. And I don't know if they're, going from nothing to now we're being flooded with information. So, and we're not disappointed with the information. It just, we just need the politics behind it. We need the politics. And I think what happened in Iowa was a good sign that the people, the acts of the people, the politics is the acts of the people. I think they are fed up with the weaponization of the justice system, the two-tiered justice system, the do nothing justice system, but cover up justice system. I think they're really sick and tired of it. I don't think it had totally Trump's victory was totally because of Trump himself, even though he has amazing financials. He started all the opportunity zones, which I thought was a brilliant program. He brought back troops from unnecessary wars. He really, even with all the opposition, did protect the borders as well as he absolutely could do. And, so with all of that, I still think that Iowa, which is, was a Obama state, right? It was an Obama state. It was a Clinton state. I think they gave a very, very loud signal. And that signal was, we do not want a justice system that is two-tiered, that can be weaponized against the people. And with that said, we have hard evidence that FBI supervisor Jesus Eddie Nieto interfered in the election of the DA there in El Paso, Yvonne Rosales. And so if that's going to happen, if he's going to go to that level, that extreme, to keep his conflicts of interest going, you know, why is he there for such a long tenure? Why? And it's going to get even more. It's going to get even more. Why is he interfering in an election with Yvonne Rosales, who was absolutely looking into Richard's case? Right? And wanted to have a court date for the Patrick Crusius hearing much sooner. Look, today in that circus today where they're going after each other, um, Joe Spencer and Bill Hicks. I don't know if it was just an act. I don't know. Um, because I don't, I think the only choice they have is to put the jurisdiction to the federal courts. Otherwise, they're going to mess up everything and they're going to have, uh, a botched case that's going to undo everything, even what the federal courts have done in Patrick Crusius's case. So um, they've already botched the case. I don't see anything else that they can do except for relinquish their pursuit to have this case and let Patrick Crusius go to prison, right? Go to prison for his 8,000 years, um, and get his mental health, uh, um, what is it, training or sessions for his severe mental health condition. So, yeah, I don't see how the DA can do this without using more millions and millions and millions of dollars and keep on making excuses that he doesn't have enough evidence. Uh, in that case, how do you not have enough evidence? Um, I just don't see it. And yeah, millions of dollars, and then you don't get justice and make the whole El Pasoans suffer even more, even more. Um, so I don't know. Um, they just don't know what they're doing. And they're working for someone then. They're just so sloppy. It's just all so sloppy. And they're sloppy because they're compromised. That's why. And you can't sustain lies. Lies get very, very sloppy. And this whole thing is just one lie after the other. So, thank you so much for coming on. It's we have a lot of work to do in the background, so I'm just very, very appreciative for everyone coming on. And please share, and I will update you again tomorrow. God bless you. Thank you so much, and yeah, thank you so much, and please share. Bye bye.